the direction of Turkey, unfortunately. But I want to move on to another topic. You may have followed there has been a Guardian article about a report published in UK by some senior lawyers, and it's known as Bylock report. It talks about Bylock issues. Have you had the chance to look at it? What do you think about that news report in general?
Mr. Seskin, I read both the report in The Guardian and the original of the report, which was actually published not by a UK group. The law office is a UK-based law office, but it is funded by a Europe-based organization. It is composed of legal opinion of lawyer William Clegg, who is quite a senior lawyer in the United Kingdom, and also by Simon Baker, who is a digital forensic. So the report is basically, it is represented in the Guardian article as a Bylock report, and in fact the title refers to Bylock. But when I read that article, I tweeted that there should be a similar report about Bankasya accounts also. But then I read the totality of the report, and now I can freely say that no, it's not only about Bylock. Yes, it says a lot about downloading Bylock not being enough evidence for detainment of people, but also it mentions having an account in Bankasya or staying for some time in a student accommodation allegedly linked to the Gülen movement. These cannot be used as evidences against anybody, the report says, and in fact says the current application in Turkey is against 3 articles: Article 5, Article 6, and Article 7 of European Human Rights Convention. This is the strongest ever legal opinion that came against the court cases that are taking place within the framework of the purge that takes place in Turkey after the coup.
But it is in a way textbook law information that an app that is on the market cannot be a reason to detain people. You can't arrest people because they are using Skype or Telegram, or like ISIL use Telegram, for instance, but you can't start arresting Telegram users as well. But apart from that, because there is you mentioned the forensic, digital forensic scientists were there. So is there any other highlights that needs to be known? For instance, like what is his opinion on, like
the forensic particularly studied the Turkish National Intelligence Agency's report about Bylock. So as you know, MIT had its own report about Bylock, which is used by the Turkish courts as evidence. And in fact, the MIT prepares the list of
By the way, this MIT is not that MIT.
No, it's not a university. It is the Turkish National Intelligence Agency.
Otherwise, it sounds very credible.
Very credible, it sounds, yes. Well, the Turkish National Intelligence. The National Intelligence has prepared its own report. They also claim that they actually deciphered the report, the messages. They made a list of, they say, 165,000 Bylock users as members of the Gülen movement. The report says, first of all, the Turkish National Intelligence report cannot be used as an evidence. Whatever it says, it cannot be used as an evidence in the courthouse because you don't know who wrote it. You don't know about credibility. You cannot ask a question to the person who penned it because, it is a secret document. It cannot be used as an evidence. We all knew that intelligence reports cannot be used as an evidence in the courthouses, but it is important that a report from an established UK law office is underlining this. The forensic report also shows some of the contradictions within the Turkish National Intelligence Agency's report. For example, it says, the report says, on the one hand, the members of the Gülen movement or Bylock users were warning each other to use VPN service so as to block, their
IPs,
to
yeah.
go incognito, meaning their IP addresses wouldn't be discoverable. And later on, it says we managed to discover the IP addresses of the people, so we know who used the Bylock. They say this is an open contradiction, because when you use VPN, your IP is actually unseen. The report says. So the report says if you ever found some people who used Bylock through their IP addresses, these are certainly not Gülen movement members, because you also claim that the Gülen movement members were actually using VPN.
Okay.
On the other hand, it says the SSL report, this is a technical term about security protocol used by Bylock or any online application. The SSL report, part of the intelligence agency's report, is contradictory with scientific data. It says the fact that such claims were made in the report makes either the report or the writer incredible. And in fact, it says either they didn't know the job or they were intentionally trying to lead the court to a wrong place.
I see. So I think there was a mention of, I think this is important to talk about the report in